Chris, and welcome back to, once again, another episode of Maniac Recaps and Predictions, the Survivor podcast with my good friend Gocubs711.
Oh, so now you acknowledge me?
Oh, yeah. That happened.
After all that we've been through.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
For those of you who don't know,
okay.
last night, Chris, we were Skyping, and Chris just decided to leave, and he didn't come back.
I'm sorry. I went to go throw something out, but then I got distracted by horrible shows on TLC with my mom.
TLC means more to you than me.
I completely forgot. Oh, and my cats were also being...
Okay, that's understandable.
Like, my cats were also very, like, running around and stuff, so I was just like... Or, no, actually, they were just kind of being cute, and then they were just, like... and running around, so... They were all just one distraction, so... Yeah. And yes, cats
right.
the cats, yeah, it's okay.
The cats is the only excuse.
The only excuse. Alright, well, welcome everyone. What an episode was last week. So let's get right into it. So, the bell rings and the fighters come bounding out of their corners.
That Ron...
So it's essentially talking about what happened last week with the fact that Dan, and Tyler and Will voted for Dan. So
See,
Dan...
I thought you were reading the wrong summary about the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, not...
Right, exactly. The bell rings and they just hug.
Yep.
Okay. So Dan...
Survivor's more intense.
Right, exactly. Dan throws the first cross saying that he voted for Shireen, and you know that's the truth because he put a pretty star on his vote. Tyler counters saying he had to vote for someone else because he knew his name was being tossed around. Dan disagrees.
Which is true.
Which is odd because he often says, "I can't disagree with you." God damn it. Will admits that he voted for Dan too because he wanted to split the vote, but Shireen and Mike were safe if Mike played the idol. So split between Dan and Tyler. Why bother?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so like now Dan just feels lonely at the bottom. So Tyler lets us know that he has no problem voting for Dan again. And actually, Dan said he'd be in the bottom of the cuddle puddle during our pregame. What? During our pregame interview. Oh, I guess the guy Gordon Holmes. He did interviews with people. I guess this is what he's referring to in this. Anyways,
okay.
The cuddle puddle. Jesus. Okay, I might want to look into those. All right. So the next morning. That's actually interesting. I wonder what it'd be like to go back and watch those cast videos again.
Yeah.
After learning so much about all these castaways, and then learning like, oh wow, we actually thought this person was going to be okay, or
I thought this person would be terrible, and I actually liked them.
So the next morning, it's Rodney's birthday. And I bet he's got so many Facebook messages today, bro. But Ronnie doesn't care about Facebook messages. He just wants to go on a reward.
Yep.
God damn it. So reward challenge time. So the tribe will be split into 2 teams of 3. First, they'll use Mayweather pull ribbons, to release a key. They'll then build a ladder and use the key to retrieve a bag of balls. All them balls. Finally, they'll launch...
These nuts.
Oh my god. Fucking Grog. I love Grog. He's such an asshole. I love him. Sorry. Finally, they'll launch those balls into 5 targets. First team to hit all the targets wins a trip to deliver supplies to an orphanage and a barbecue. Yeah. Very fun charity-themed rewards. Very kind and considerate. Ronnie's just kind of thinking, I want the win. I just want to win. I don't care what it is. So they do the schoolyard pick. And apparently Dan chose Tyler and Ronnie. Well, Carolyn got Mike and Sierra. And Will doesn't get to play because Will.
Yeah.
So... Oh god, my glasses just fogged up. I have to clean them. Hold on. Quick break. Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Thank you for the fill-in, though.
You're welcome.
Alright, so the challenge essentially goes through, and Ronnie... One of the notable things is that Ronnie ends up leaving behind the bag of balls.
Oh my god, how do you mess that up?
How do you
The
miss
most
the balls?
important fucking part of the challenge. You leave behind.
I don't know.
It's so dumb.
So that's
So-
what loses reward challenges.
Yeah, it's how you fuck up and don't deserve to do anything in the game.
Were you about to say something when you said so, or just
What?
you said so?
I don't know.
Oh, okay,
I don't know.
you forgot. All right. So
Just
apparently,
grade A fuckery.
yeah, great, pretty much. So then Dan is able to do really well with the ball launching, but then Mike comes back, and Mike is like really just like he's trying to catch up while Dan's like this genius and keeps on throwing, and then all of a sudden Mike wins. So Mike, Sierra, and Carolyn end up winning the challenge. So Probst asks Ronnie if he wants someone to give up their reward, but Ronnie says it's up to them. Mike declines, and Ronnie's cool with it. Sierra and Carolyn decide to pass as well, and Ronnie is not happy.
No, Ronnie's fucking pissed.
Ronnie's mad. He's just like, it's my birthday, man. It's my fucking birthday. So yeah, after the break, we join Sierra, Mike, and Carolyn at the orphanage. It's a good thing Ronnie wasn't there. He'd have all those kids in line at a mail to buy him Jordan sneakers. God damn it!
At a mall.
Mall. It looks like he wrote an I there. What the fuck? Okay, that was weird. So during the meal. Yeah, it's definitely an L that I look at it, but from a distance it looked like an I.
You fucked up. You fucked
I
up.
knew that sounded weird for a second. During the meal, Carolyn considers teaming up with Mike, and I was like, oh shit!
I would have loved to see that.
Two really big competitors in the game teaming up. So now back at camp, Ronnie is raging over the fact that Carolyn and Sierra just completely dissed him because it's his birthday. He swears that he'll be the only person to go to the end
without winning a reward.
Yeah.
Well, okay. It's called a reward challenge. You're supposed to get rewarded for doing well in the challenge. If you suck ass,
you're not gonna get a reward.
You don't deserve a reward.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works.
So he approached
Fuck Ronnie.
So where is it? He approaches Tyler, Dan, and Will with a plan where he tells everyone that he wants out of the game, and this will trick Mike into not playing his idol. And Tyler's just like, no, it's not gonna work. And it's Survivor, and you have to anticipate crazy. That's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Thumbs up to you, Tyler. And then
Tyler's a cool guy.
So when Mike, Carolyn, and Sierra return to camp, Ronnie, he's just ranting and raving and going absolutely insane, and he's just like, Mike is just like, yeah, no, I don't, you're not doing anything to me. So over at the ladies' couch, Tyler wonders if Carolyn would play her idol for him, and she doesn't say either way, but he convinces her to start taking it to tribal. And then Gordon here makes a good point. Why would you always take it to tribal?
Right.
I mean,
yeah, like.
Yeah, well, why would you not?
Why would you leave it at camp?
Because like anything can change in tribal. Hasn't there been times where, there's like a set plan going into tribal, but then all of a sudden someone says something, and then you're like, let's get them out. And
Oh yeah, definitely.
that's happened before, where like the least likely person says something dumb during tribal, and then completely. I mean, that happened before. I don't know what season because I didn't watch it back then. But when someone gave away their immunity.
Oh, was that Eric?
Yeah.
You didn't watch that season?
I didn't see that season. No.
Oh man, that was the most. Oh, that's one of the most infamous Survivor moments.
Yeah.
He gave away his idol
because
everyone was. People tried to convince him that. I'm. This one girl was like, "Oh, I'm feeling scared. Could you give me your idol tonight?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure. If you really feel scared." And he handed it over, and then they booted his ass out.
No. Since I didn't watch you, maybe you can clarify. Did he think that he was gonna be safe after, even if he turned away his immunity?
Yeah, he thought he was.
Oh, okay. Well, he's smart. He got a second chance though, didn't he? Like in later seasons?
He came back. So he was in the first fans versus favorite season. He came back for the second fans versus favorite season. Got booted out the first episode.
That's right. That was with That was Philip and Cochran. That was Cochran won that season, right?
Yeah, that was the season Cochran won.
Okay. Just making sure. So then Alright, so now it's immunity challenge time. The players will hold onto a rope and lean over a pier. As time goes by, they'll have to move further down the rope. This immunity challenge always looks painful.
It's so hard to watch.
It looks so painful. So we start off, and Ronnie's already in bad shape, and then Will just drops. Of
course. When has he ever lasted more than 3 seconds in an immunity challenge?
He just drops. But Ronnie, he doesn't. Gordon doesn't talk about it here, but I wanted to point out that during the challenge, Ronnie just is going on rants about how, like, while he's hanging on, he's like, I'm mentally drained, Jeff. It's not like I really need to get some food in me for the reward, but that's what it is. That's what life is. Like he was like going on with himself. It's just like, oh
of
my
course.
God. Like
there was a.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go.
No, I was just gonna say that he just keeps on. He just kept on going on with himself, and it's like he still thought that Mike was gonna be able to get tricked or something. I don't know what his point was. Really annoying.
There was someone tweeted at Jeff asking him how often, when during the immunity challenges like that, people go, "Shut the fuck up, Jeff." and Jeff replied, "All the time," but they never show it on TV.
That's fantastic.
I just thought that was funny.
No, that is absolutely accurate. It's funny as hell. And then, so, after Will falling, it was Dan, Sierra, and Ronnie. I'm always surprised that Sierra always ends up falling early in the challenges, because she always seems athletic. And, she always, falls.
She's a rodeo girl. That's why she seems so
doesn't that involve a lot of, just strength to be able to hold on to, bulls and, barrel stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
So, I'm just saying. I mean... In her pre-season interview, she was talking about how she has it takes a lot to be on the road and barely eat anything along the way, and so I don't know. I thought that she would just be stronger. But then down goes Carolyn, Tyler, and Mike, and they basically moved it down a notch. And Mike. It's down to Carolyn, Tyler, and Mike. That's what I meant to say.
Right.
And then they moved down a knot, and Mike is immediately out. And then shortly after, Tyler is gone too, and Carolyn wins immunity. Good
for her.
I'm so happy because I never really expected Carolyn to be a physical threat, more like a mental threat. But that's her second immunity that she's won.
Yep.
So that's insane.
People are gonna come after her, but
she's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? So then, before we hit the commercial, Dan says there's a lot of talk about his advantage. Use it or lose it, buddy. Which I'm still surprised that he hasn't used it yet. I don't think he thinks that he needs it yet. Yeah. So then, back at America Beach, Carolyn pretends like she wants to divide the vote between Mike and Tyler. but she's really targeting Dan.
Dan.
So then Tyler approaches Will, and they both agree that Dan should go. His hope is they'll knock out Mike's vote and Dan's advantage in one tribal. And then Carolyn again considers joining up with Mike, but how does that make sense?
The two best people in the game right now.
Well, yeah, I that's what he asked Gordon, but
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just like, I mean, but then he says nobody can beat Mike in front of a jury. Well, I don't know. I think Carolyn has a good argument against him too.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty equal, to be honest.
Yeah.
That night at Tribal Council, Mike lets Jeff know that he has his idol with him, and that one of the Axis is going home. Like the Axis powers, goddammit. He also thinks Dan and Tyler should both be worried. So, Dan isn't happy about the votes he received at the last tribal. He's pretty sure that he's at the bottom of the alliance. Tyler says he didn't scramble, but he touched base with his alliance. So, white collar.
Yep.
Carolyn is worried about Dan's
So
advantage.
Carolyn.
Right, yeah. Carolyn is worried about Dan's advantage because she doesn't know what it is. And Carolyn knows it. This is
Carolyn, of course, knows.
She knows because of Tyler.
Yeah.
And Dan says everyone has approached him about using it. So then Sierra thinks there's going to be a big, shocking move, as she's keeping her options her options open, and then she, you know what, that's a good point. Like, Sierra always says that. Oh yeah, I keep my options open.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just like, really? How can you trust that every single time someone says that? And then Tyler says he'll be surprised if he goes home. So then the voting starts. Dan votes for Mike. Mike votes for Tyler, and the rest of the votes aren't shown. Probst does his tallying thing and then returns.
I'll go tally the votes.
Dan fucking does not use his power still. I don't know why. Maybe he just hasn't used it yet. He doesn't need it yet. I don't know.
I don't think he hasn't felt like he's needed it yet.
Yeah, but do you think that there was a time at any point that he needed to use it?
Well, at this point, there have been 2 votes since he's gotten it. 3, maybe. 2 or 3 votes.
Yeah, something like that.
So I don't think that in these 3 votes, maybe in this one, but he did not think for a second that he was a target. So I don't think that, personally, if I were him, I would not have used it.
Right.
Yet.
So then, he asks if anyone wants to play an idol, and Mike fucking... I was, like, talking to my dad during this. I'm like, if he does not use his fucking idol, I'm gonna shit my pants. Like...
That would have been the worst move in Survivor.
Honestly, because I was just like, he continues to be a target.
Yeah.
But he needs to get that idol in there. So to nobody's surprise, he puts it for himself, and then we got 4 votes for Mike, and then 1 vote for Tyler.
Unfortunately, goodbye me.
Tyler is the next person to join the jury, and the third winner that Gocubs chose to be eliminated.
Fucking A. It's very upsetting, Chris, you know.
No, I understand. No, listen, I understand. I completely understand.
No, you've only had 1 person gone so far. I've had 3.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well,
is it time for me to say who I pick next?
Well, let's start off with the losers.
Because that's what you have it queued up as, right?
Pretty much. I mean, I could do either first, but like.
Nah, I'm kidding.
But yeah, who do you? I mean, I don't know. It's pretty much the same, but go ahead.
I don't know. My next prediction is Rodney.
To be out, yeah. Rodney is just.
I don't need to explain anything else.
He's just there. He exists.
He exists.
He's there. Same with Dan. Dan, he's there, and Dan's probably, you know.
I don't want to see either of them win.
Yeah, nope. Dan, what's gonna happen with Dan is that they're gonna target him because of his powers, And
Yeah.
Ronnie's just gonna get targeted because he's a dick. Although it might be smart to bring him to the end because of how much of a dick he is.
Jackass.
Yeah. So who knows? All right, it's now time to reveal who you think is gonna win. My person, to remind whoever's watching this, Carolyn is my choice for the win. And Go Cubs, who do you want to win?
You know, maybe I just subconsciously chose this because everyone that I pick seems to get eliminated 2 or 3 episodes later. But I'm gonna have to pick Mike.
The man that you chose the most to be eliminated.
I know. just because
He's the
I think that other than Carolyn, probably even more so than Carolyn, arguably more so than Carolyn, he's the best player in the game. And I respect the game too much to say that he shouldn't win.
Honestly, I agree. I think Mike has played the better game over Carolyn thus far. I think right now Mike is a huge... He's a huge target.
The past few tribal councils have really sold Mike for me, especially with the last tribal council when Shireen went home. That was a very bold move, and man, did it didn't necessarily help him that specific tribal council, but it has definitely helped him the rest of the game.
Pretty much. And to really add on to that, with Mike, he's gonna end up being in a very good position by the end of next week, probably. We only got 2 more episodes to go, I should mention. 2 more episodes after this. But yeah, he's gonna be in a pretty good position because I think with the fact that we should mention Carolyn and Sierra were the ones that voted for Tyler along with Mike. So those 3 might end up working together, and that's going to really help him. It's going to help her, and they're going to be a pretty solid alliance.
Yeah.
Sierra is a smart person to bring it to the end because she
hasn't done anything.
I could see if I could see a Final Four at which it's like Sierra, Mike, Carolyn, and Ronnie, and then maybe Carolyn or Mike turn on each other at that point, and then maybe one of them getting booted, and whoever's left would be the winner.
Yeah.
I could see something like that happening. But then that actually leaves out Will and Dan, so who the fuck knows what's gonna happen to them?
Elimination.
Something's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm looking forward to how everything's gonna kind of fall into place. What do you think about the twist that they announced?
For next season?
Yes.
I'm very happy with it.
Yeah.
It'll give a chance to see some Survivor contestants that we've seen recently that we want more of, and Survivor contestants that we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
No idea who the fuck they are because I either wasn't I was born, but I wasn't old enough to necessarily watch it yet.
I wasn't. I didn't start watching until Samoa.
Well, Samoa. My first season was Survivor All-Star.
Also, that's an interesting one to start with.
I don't know. This is what my parents were watching, so.
Okay.
Wait, was Samoa the one with Russell?
That's the first season with Russell, yeah.
Oh, you have no idea what it was like pre-Russell Hantz. Honestly, not that much different, but
not that much
still,
different. But
to start your Survivor career with Russell fucking Hantz.
I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
I don't know. My that was Boston. I got introduced to Boston Rob in Survivor All Stars, so
yeah, that's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then your favorite contestant, Castaway.
My favorite Castaway is currently on the ballot, and if you guys are watching this, go ahead and vote for Spencer Bledsoe.
Spencer, who is basically
he's basically me.
He's basically him,
but able to do Survivor.
Right. And
I was rooting for him all during Cagayan, and then Sadness.
Yeah. Well, I put my vote in for Joe, and I voted for all the people that have played in the seasons that I've wanted. But alongside Spencer, I would love to see some Max Dawson to come back.
Oh, please tell me you didn't vote for him.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
no, come on. A Spencer Max alliance would be amazing.
Oh man,
It will be amazing. Like the two.
I don't know if they'd get along.
They're the two Survivor dorks. Only Spencer is more sane.
Yeah, it's true.
They are like geniuses.
More cynical about his commentary.
Right, exactly. But I'm looking forward to the twist. I see. I don't remember the previews. I'm pretty sure Mike is being a tattletale or something. I forget. A tattletale to Carolyn Sear.
Sounds about right.
That's the only thing that I can think of right now. But that's that, and I'm really looking forward to the next 2 weeks. Although I just want this week to be over with. Finals week,
Yeah.
college, fun.
Woo.
Fun. All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching.
When we're both done with finals week, we'll do we'll do the Survivor podcast. You'll be able to see our video feeds this time, and we'll both be shirtless.
Right, and then we'll make sure to dance to "Raining Man."
Of course.
It's Raining Man.
I thought that was implied.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some people, they don't understand.
Right.
They don't understand the way that things are. But I should mention that after this week or this upcoming episode, and after the finale episode, we're gonna be taking like a month hiatus, and then we'll be returning for Big Brother, hopefully, and we'll be able to do a podcast about that. And then anything else that happens on my channel in the meantime. Which I'm trying to figure out for the summer, but we'll see what happens. But thank you all so much for watching. My name is Manic Maniac, and that is Gocubs711. Any final thoughts?
Badger, mushroom, badger, mushroom.
Bye-bye.